Alright, so yeah, the new Halloween Part 2 update for Blue Lock Rivals is finally out. And to be honest with you guys, I've got mixed feelings about this one. Because first off, let's address the biggest thing everyone noticed immediately. Skeleton Nagi. Yeah, he's not here. Even though he was literally featured on the preview image of the update, he just didn't make it into the final release. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say, that's kind of disappointing. At least I've been hyping him up for a week, and since he was teased in the official thumbnail, a lot of players expected him to be one of the highlight styles for this part of the event. But nope. Instead, what we actually got are two new styles, Phantom Asagi and Blood Moon Rin. Now, don't get me wrong, both of them are really well done. The designs, the effects, the animations, all top-tier quality as usual. But since it's only two new styles, and both of them have that same 0.5% drop rate, they're basically near hard to pull for most players. So yeah, unless you're insanely lucky or have a mountain of Halloween spins saved up, good luck getting either of them. That's why I'm not going to spend too much time breaking down Phantom Asagi or Blood Moon Rin today. I think by now you've all already seen their animations, their moves, their awakenings, and probably a dozen YouTubers have covered them already. Instead, I want to focus on something that I personally think was one of the most important parts of this update, and honestly, one of the most unexpected ones too. And that's the Loki buff. Because yes, as crazy as it sounds, Loki actually got buffed. And not just a small fix or a bug tweak, a real, meaningful buff that completely changes how he feels to play. And the best part is, this buff dropped right alongside the new Halloween styles. So yeah, even if you didn't get Phantom Asagi or Blood Moon Rin, this update is still a win, because Loki just got way more fun to use. And not only him, but also King got buffed. Now, before I go over the exact changes, let me just say, I honestly didn't expect this. A lot of people, including myself, thought Loki was going to stay the same for a while after his last rework. But clearly the devs weren't done with him. Because if you remember, after his rework, Loki had a lot of cool ideas. His velocity mechanic, the acceleration scaling, all that. But it just didn't feel smooth. He was fun conceptually, but let's be honest, he was weak for his master rarity. And that's exactly what this buff fixes. So yeah, let's break it down. The first big change is his explosive acceleration. Before this update, using that move would drain a massive 20 stamina, which made it annoying to use in fast-paced matches. You'd lose half your bar after just a few activations. Now, that stamina usage has been cut all the way down to 8. That's more than a 50% reduction, which means you can actually use it multiple times in one round without running out of energy instantly. And the difference is huge. You can feel it right away when you play. It's like he finally breathes again. He's faster, smoother, and way more fluid between dashes. His speed scaling also got adjusted. It's slightly lower now in numbers, velocity gain dropped from 70 to 60. But since you can use it way more often, the trade-off is totally worth it. Next up, Velocity Shot. This one's really interesting because while it might not look drastically different visually, the numbers tell the story. The maximum shot power went from 180 to 190, which gives him one of the stronger scaling shots in the game now. And the height of the shot was buffed too, so it's not as flat or predictable anymore. It's actually way better for tricky angles and aerial setups. Then there's his swift intercept, which honestly feels completely reworked in how it behaves. Before, the direction of the dash depended on your camera, which felt awkward because you'd sometimes dash the wrong way if your camera wasn't perfectly aligned. Now it's based on your movement direction instead, so it's way more natural and consistent. They also reduced the dash windup from 0.6 seconds to 0.25, which is a massive quality of life change. You can react faster, intercept passes smoother, and the move just flows way better in real matches. And yeah, it no longer kicks the ball automatically after landing, which I actually think is a good thing. Now you have full control after landing instead of weird, accidental touches that ruin your setups. But what really makes this buff feel noticeable is how they changed the velocity system itself. It's been completely rebalanced. Everything from acceleration buildup to speed retention. your max speed bonus got increased by 13%, meaning Loki can now reach even higher top speeds. It also takes 9% less time to hit that top speed, which makes him feel snappier right from the start of a run. However, they did tweak the drop-off rate. It's now 33% faster, which means if you stop moving or get interrupted, you'll lose that speed more quickly. But honestly, that's fair. It keeps his playstyle dynamic and skill-based instead of brainless sprinting. They also shortened his grace period time. That's the small delay before your velocity starts decaying, from 1.75 seconds to 0.25, but it now stays active whenever you're using abilities. So as long as you're chaining moves, you'll keep your momentum going, and the minimum running time was increased slightly from 1 to 1.4 seconds, which actually helps maintain speed flow better in longer plays. Oh, and I almost forgot. Dashes now actually stop correctly when intersecting with walls. Yeah, no more awkward clipping through barriers or bouncing off invisible edges. Thank God for that fix. Overall, this is easily the best version of Loki we've had yet. He feels like the rework he was supposed to be. And if you didn't enjoy him before, I strongly recommend giving him another try after this update. He's smoother, faster, and just feels like a complete character now. Now, of course, Loki wasn't the only one who got touched this patch, because the devs also decided to rebalance a few other styles as well. And yeah, remember how I said Kunigami might be too strong in the last video? Well, he finally got nerfed. His power shot got hit hard, dropping from 170 down to 140. Before, Kunigami could score from half field without even building up momentum. Now he's still strong, but not nearly as oppressive. And I'll be real, I'm kind of happy about this one. Kunigami was fun to play as, but absolutely miserable to play against. So yeah, this nerf was deserved. Finally, we've got King, who finally got some love after being left untouched for what feels like ages. He got a nice buff to his Predator shot power, which makes his finishing potential a lot more reliable again. And I'll be honest, a strong Baru is always fun to see, especially now that Loki's faster and Kunigami's weaker. Anyway, that's about everything I wanted to go over today. This update might not have had the Skeleton Nagi surprise we all wanted, but it still gave us plenty to talk about, and a reason to jump back into ranked matches. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried out Loki after his buff yet. Do you think he's meta now, or still needs more tuning? And if you somehow managed to pull Phantom Misaki or Blood Moon Rin, I genuinely want to know. How are they playing for you? Anyway, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys for watching as always. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with every single update and leak in Blue Lock Rivals. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.